Hello, this is Matt, and I'm glad you have joined me, and I hope you are well. And I welcome you now to this sleep meditation for fear and anxiety. A sleep hypnosis we hope will motivate you towards the freedom you can experience as you begin the process of letting go of negative energy. And I wonder how you would feel knowing that with continued practice, you will learn to free yourself from the flow of unhelpful thoughts and the fears that have held you back there in the past. As you drift down and experience a deep, restful sleep. At Self Health Hypnosis, we believe there is always light somewhere in the darkness, guiding you to discover your personal strengths and be the hero of your own journey. So I wonder when you will choose to start a new story, because you are here now. We are certain part of you is committed now to the process of letting go of any negative thoughts and the negative energy of fear and anxiety. So I will suggest that you take time now and prepare yourself to find a quiet and peaceful place, an environment where you can focus on you and allow yourself to relax and in your own way find calm. And I will give you a minute or so to find quiet, to close doors or blinds. So you might just like to carefully listen to my instructions as we ready you to search within yourself now and find the skills always available now to take positive steps forward toward peace. So when you are ready and in your own time, just finding a place where you can relax. And I'm not sure where and how you will find deep comfort. Yet maybe you can find a position in which you most prefer to relax and find calm. Maybe that's a chair, a cushion-filled lounge, or perhaps it's safe under the covers of your cozy, warm bed. It really doesn't matter where, and that's up to you. As here and now, you can relax in comfort. Perhaps noticing how your limbs, your torso, and each muscle in your body settles. And maybe you would like to remember the deep comfort you feel in those moments where you are safe and sound, and when those eyelids start to feel heavy. And it is okay to be aware of your eyes and of how you are in control. and how you could close them should you wish. And that's fine. Just close them a moment. And you may want to drift down into a deep state of trance, because as you relax, your eyes closed, you are already halfway there. That's right. With your eyes closed, you can begin to relax. Though at first you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sounds outside, or even inside the room. The relaxing tone of my voice. The sensations in your hands or in your feet. Or maybe the thoughts or images that drift into your mind automatically. Because with your eyes closed, it becomes easier and easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things that otherwise might be overlooked or ignored. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, and the alteration of awareness as the mind begins to experience that gradual letting go. Perhaps even letting go of any effort it takes to be aware of exactly where your arms are positioned, or the hands, and even your fingers, and even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more quickly or completely than the other. But the simple truth is that it takes time to experience that letting go in your own time and in your own way. As you begin to learn even more than before about your own ability to relax and let go. And the mind begins to flow down to that place of quietness and calm awareness. A place that almost seems to give off signals that direct your awareness down toward it, into it more and more completely. A place of effortless relaxation and letting go, where even the effort it takes to be aware of the sound of my voice or the meaning of my words may almost seem to be too much effort to bother making. And it's so much easier simply to relax and allow events to occur almost by themselves. A drifting down and a drifting back upwards toward the surface of a wakeful awareness at times, And that's fine. It all belongs to you. Because you have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand, and to respond to the things I might say without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for that conscious mind to just get out of the way and to just allow you to relax and enjoy that drifting down into a place of quiet calmness and effortless awareness of many things different, without needing to make an effort, even to remember exactly how to make the effort it might take to notice the exact position of the arms or the legs or the entire body, of the arms that feel warm and heavy, and the legs that feel warm and heavy, because the entire body feels so warm and heavy, tired, comfortable, and relaxed. That part of your being, perhaps it is your body, or you are directed by your greater unconscious mind, that storehouse of your inner resources that clearly can see your reality and wants to embody through you an experience that is better. And I wonder if that powerful part of you that is always aware now has risen up as you continue to let go of any conscious control and allowed yourself to experience that calm and comfort you now enjoy so much that your entire body now seems to float in time and space, that free floating place of effortless letting go and allowing events to occur in their own time and in their own way. That's right. And perhaps your unconscious mind can allow that drifting to occur, while the conscious mind drifts off someplace else entirely now. That's right. And in your own time and in your own way, aware of events that occur along the way as your unconscious mind begins to utilize that opportunity to alter your experience, and to continue that learning in whatever way is the right way for you. Learning that feeling of letting go and allowing the unconscious mind to assume more and more responsibility for guiding and directing your awareness as you continue to explore your own abilities and capacities to learn as you relax. As you relax and enter that trance more and more completely, more and more comfortably. And so while you relax, I can wonder, as I often do, what a wise old man would say to you now. And I wonder who that wise old man might be for you. Perhaps it's a very wise old man from a movie, like an Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars, or a great wizard like Gandalf from the Lord of the Rings. It might even be a wise family member or friend you love and trust, or someone with great influence, with values and deeds you admire, and directly or indirectly you may consider a mentor. And now, as I focus on guiding you to solutions, I often wonder what the master hypnotherapist Milton Erickson would say to you now, because he often had his clients relax, and he spoke to them of many things while they drifted into a deep trance and became aware of things that otherwise go overlooked or ignored or hidden from view, because he almost seemed able to see into their minds, to see through them and into them, where they kept hidden their secret hopes, dreams, and fears. And he knew what to say, what to do, to help them use their hidden talents, their hidden knowledge, to get them to face what they tried to ignore, to get them to do what they needed to do, but would rather pretend they could not. He always found some way around their usual ways of hiding, by telling them stories about things he knew, or about experiences full of symbols and signs. And they always knew he was talking to them, showing them things, teaching them things that they needed to know, but didn't know how they knew, or knew but were saying not to, even though it was not new to them. And so I imagine he would talk to you about the powerful unconscious mind. Those thoughts and ideas that come into view as you relax and begin to become aware that somewhere in there are memories and learnings and things you know and things you can do. If only he were here to talk to you. Because I don't know, but you do know. The things he might say, the things he might do to point out to you those memories and abilities to help you decide what to do and how. And I wonder if your wise old man is someone who is not afraid to help others see themselves, to help others accept responsibility for doing what was right. A wise old man who could talk to you about what you knew as a child, running and playing or watching clouds, how hard it was to learn those things, to resist some things, to do the right things, and how good it felt or knew that you were in charge of you. But I will save my stories, and you can save yours for those times at night, drifting in dreams, when the mind relaxes and images flow and knowing occurs that changes things and reveals things unseen and unheard before. And in some unknown way, you will know what he knew and said to you, what you needed to hear and needed to know. Because something changes, rearranges, and you will see in your mind's eye, and you will begin to do things differently, to experience things differently, to face things differently, to be able to do what you could not do before. You know, and I know, that you know that it all belongs to you, to hold on or to let go, to move on or to stay put, to put on or to take off on your own, or to change those things that you do, to avoid doing what you need to do, to change what is happening to you, within you and around you, because it all belongs to you. So now, I wonder if you are ready to do something different, Perhaps you would like to imagine receiving a special invitation from a wise mentor, someone you would consider to be an incredible teacher. And I wonder if you could imagine that this teacher possesses a wonderful depth of knowledge and complete understanding of you. Perhaps this teacher might know how you feel in each moment, your experiences in the past, all the obstacles that you can overcome, and the skills you have within you to deal with negative emotions in any moment. And I wonder if in this moment you will choose to focus and direct the powerful creative imagination you have available to you now. Always. I want you to imagine yourself in a small, comfortable classroom, deep in your mind. The perfect learning space just for you. And I don't know how big or small and intimate it may be. That is up to you to decide. And you may find yourself sitting in a comfortable chair, and perhaps before you is a desk. And the truth is, I don't know what surrounds you or what would be in this room, in the learning space in your mind. I wonder what would be on the walls. Would it be like a classroom with maps and posters filled with the things that are important for you to learn? Or maybe it's a more professional looking space with attractive and captivating art pieces on each wall. And you can enjoy allowing your imagination to wander in the scenes depicted in them. Whatever it looks like, the room you see yourself in is exactly as you would have it. Perhaps there is plenty of light, and you can glance out the big windows to a beautiful view. And I wonder if you are surprised that it is much more comfortable than any other learning space you have been in before. It even smells good. You can smell the captivating scent of a candle mixed in with the smell of old leather-bound books and the wood of old furniture. Yet the one thing that definitely captures your attention, with the crackling sounds and the smell in the air, is the fireplace. And you turn your head to the back of the room, where there is a large old fireplace cheerfully burning between two large bookshelves. And I wonder if it is a scene that makes you feel very welcome. And as you sit alone in this pleasant state of learning, maybe you are looking forward to what comes next. And you can continue to remember now that this is your dream learning space, a place of safety, a place for you to learn, a safe space where you can wander through your deepest reality. And I wonder if you also know there is a part of you that is your inner guide, your inner teacher. And as you glance around this classroom just for you, you get the feeling that you are not alone. Because before you stands your wise teacher, who entered the room so quietly that you didn't even notice at first. And you can feel their welcoming warmth and pleasant energy, as if the light has just been turned on a little brighter. Perhaps you feel a gentle wave of peaceful surprise as you realize this teacher is you, the highest, best part of yourself, the part of you that was always able to remember exactly who you are. And you feel a wave of deep recognition and joy to meet this inner teacher who has come to help you remember the most important lessons of life. So now, in this place of powerful, unconscious learning, your conscious attention is directed to the fireplace, where you see that the shelves either side are full of books. Now your inner teacher directs your attention to the books on the left-hand side of the fireplace. And being a curious soul, you walk towards this shelf. You stop before the books and close your eyes a moment, taking in the comforting warmth of the fireplace before you. And you open your eyes to see the books on the left side of the fireplace. And as you scan the titles, part of you is initially startled by the titles that you read. And you are intrigued to notice that the titles of these books represent all the negative thoughts, feelings, and actions you have ever once associated with yourself. That all of the books on the left contain all the worries and stresses that once poisoned your life. And sadly, you acknowledge that a part of you is familiar with the words used in the titles, and you recognize them as the negative self-definitions and the excuses that have prevented you from achieving your dreams. And at this moment, you feel a hand on your right shoulder, and you turn to your inner teacher, who explains to you that all these books on the left side of the bookshelf and their unhelpful titles represent the sum of the negative words you have used to describe yourself and your life in the past. And as you again look over these books, you notice now that they do not represent the actual truth. They do not represent your heart or soul or the essence behind who you truly are and the person you want to be. Instead, you realize that the titles represent the stories you have told yourself out of fear and self-protection, and that the negative past actions, behaviors, and mistakes described by the titles before you represent only how you have responded to cope with the overwhelm, confusion, and consequences of those familiar, unhelpful stories you created before in the past. And I wonder if you realize now that your subconscious mind has always turned to these worthless old books so quickly and so often that it accepted them as true. And contemplating this, you turn your head at once to your wise inner teacher, who nods and says to you, yes, enough is enough. That's right. It is now time to leave negative thoughts, events, and fear about the future in the past, and wake up tomorrow as the human being you truly are. And as you look into the eyes of your inner teacher, they smile back at you, and lifting their hand, they guide you again to look at the titles of all the books that contain all the negative thoughts, feelings, and actions you have ever associated with yourself. The worries and the stresses that have impacted your life there in the past. And just for this moment, you allow yourself to experience that negativity and emotional pain, because in truth you feel so much peace in this room. You feel seen, heard, and understood, and like they are reading your mind and knowing what you need. Your inner teacher reaches up and grabs several books and hands them to you. For a moment you look over the covers and scan through the pages, but quickly you realize what your inner teacher is guiding you to do. So, feeling absolutely empowered, you carry the books filled with the negative self-ideas, fear, and worries over to the fireplace. And feeling the cleansing warmth of the fire on your body, you grab each book one by one, holding the negative energy of the past in your hand one last time. As you tear the pages from each and toss the collection of fears, anxieties, behaviors, and even events straight into the fire. Eventually, you rip the covers to shreds and toss them in as well, because there is no longer a place in your mind for negativity or the unhelpful fear and anxiety in the past. And it feels so good to take those worthless negative feelings into your hands and rip them to shreds and throw them into the wonderfully cleansing fire. A fire that burns them out of your mind forever. You pause a moment for reflection, experiencing how amazing you would feel to be set free from these parts of yourself that kept you in the past. Feeling empowered, you again turn to the shelf of the negative books on the left and take them down, all of them, all the negative books that were connected to all the old negative thoughts, behaviors, and habits. Books full of pages containing all the fears that once kept your mind stuck on that hamster wheel of anxiety. Perhaps now, acknowledging the connection to this incredible part of yourself, your inner teacher doesn't even have to tell you what to do. And embracing completely what must be done, you gather all the books filled with the fear and anxiety of the past into your hands, and tearing them into shreds, you toss them into the fire, allowing the flames to burn those negative thoughts out of your mind forever. And I wonder if you can imagine now the smile on your face as you watch the fire burn the last traces of your past negative thoughts, feelings, and decisions from your mind forever. Maybe watching with a deep and peaceful satisfaction as the fire turns all the negative books of your past into smoke and ash. And I wonder now how it feels to know your inner mind is free of all the chains of the past. They're gone forever, feeling free and deeply peaceful and open to new possibilities. In the knowledge that now any fear and anxiety can be left in the past, and it is time to make things right and move to the books in the shelf on the right side of the fireplace. And with courage and confidence, you examine the bookshelf on the right, and you are pleasantly surprised to observe that these books have titles that reflect the real, the authentic you. your true self, the heart, soul, and positive essence that was always there, observing every single thought that entered your mind. And the titles of these beautifully bound books reflect the part of you that is wonderfully positive, that wants more for yourself and those you love, who wants to create, contribute, and wake up every day better. The titles of these books reflect your untapped resilience and continuing courage, and describe you as someone that has the ability to accept how natural and human it is for negative thoughts to come into our head. And as the wonderful soul you are, you can choose to be relaxed and still. You look at your inner teacher as they observe the bookshelf right at the fireplace, and you can see in your heart of hearts that your inner teacher wants you to see that the positive titles of these books represent the real you. And as you look at these books, I wonder if you feel an overwhelming sense of purpose swelling up within you as you observe that these books are describing you at your very natural best. And as your mind wanders to the contents of these books, to what is on the positive pages, and the possibilities ready here for you to explore. And in this moment, now, your inner teacher asks your subconscious mind to read these positive, true books over and over, and to integrate their truths into your life. And to most of all, let go of all that is negative and accept that these books represent the real you. And that you can accept that despite the negative ways we may often think and feel, we can let those thoughts pass and focus instead on the positive thoughts and feelings, and take actions that make life better. And I wonder if just thinking about these books gives you a renewed sense of purpose. And as your inner mind is integrating all the positive contents of these books into your thoughts, feelings, and future actions, sooner or later, you will wake up, and as you observe your world, you can choose to notice everything is brighter, everything is better, and the world is alive with possibility. Because inside your unconscious mind, you are now free of the past, and you will notice that you can discover your true nature more and more with every beat of your heart and with every breath of your lungs. You turn again back to your teacher and see the big knowing smile on their face, wondering what other amazing lessons await. Again, as if reading your mind, your teacher says, the most important lesson is simply this: that asleep or awake, you can come back to this classroom at any moment. And in the same way, you can come back to this sleep meditation each night. At any time you feel negative thoughts and feelings creeping into your conscious awareness, the titles and contents of that bookshelf you have left in the past. You can close your eyes, take a deep, calming breath, and use the power of your imagination to enter the classroom of your unconscious. And you can imagine picking up the books representing each negative thought, accepting that it is there in your mind, but choosing to tear the pages from that book, the unhelpful stories past, as you imagine yourself throwing the pieces of that torn book into the fireplace and watching as they burn and disappear into smoke. And perhaps you will find comfort knowing that each time you return to this hypnosis, or even think about your classroom or your inner teacher, it is as if you are instantly there, revisiting what is true. And with each wonderful lesson, the truth will grip your unconscious, allowing you to drift deeper and deeper. And after the deep, restful sleep, you will wake to a new day with a deep understanding that you are free to have, to do, and to be whatever you can dream and imagine. And I wonder if you will step forward in life with an exciting surge of expectation, knowing now that your mind will always be reading the book of your deepest dreams, goals, and desires, and doing everything necessary to make the unconscious conscious. And as you bring your attention again to the here and now, and notice your breathing has slowed to a deep, rhythmic, mesmerizing cadence. I wonder if maybe you're consciously noticing your body is so relaxed and still, and your mind so deeply focused and calm that you almost forget about the existence of your body amidst the comfort of your inner lesson. Because tonight you have chosen the wonderful learning possibilities available to you in trance to write your own story and to fill your own books with what is right, to implement the skills you have but never realized were always there, available now. And maybe you will be unconsciously aware of your inner teacher's words, or you might be consciously aware of a deep feeling of self-compassion, knowing you are a child of an infinite, creative universe and loved beyond your imagination. Allowing the possibilities that emerge from this wonderful truth to drift further into your unconscious. As you drift further down into a deep, restful sleep.